Hello, my beautiful soul family. Welcome to my channel. Look at the little smiley face. I'm redoing the video because the sound was gone on the other one. So, anyway, welcome to the channel again. Here we go again. Number 2. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that I did not have the sound with me. What a dork. Actually, I did have it. I just forgot to put it on. I had it right down there. I was so excited to tell you all these wonderful things. And anyway, now it's going to work. Yes. So I just showed you my little rock from Kurt Cobain. I mean, it's not from Kurt Cobain, but it's that little rock that God sent me back in May of 22. Actually, it was 2004. It was the 22nd. It's hard to see it because the letters, the numbers are really small and it's really old. So it's kind of brushed off. Well, I put myself together. My friend said to me, Vivi, I can't hear you. And I thought, no, please don't tell me that, please. Okay, so I'll just start over again. I'm not going to say third time's a charm because I'm not doing it 3 times. So I asked Spirit what I should bring to you guys today. And actually, the subject is a little bit similar to something I've spoken to you guys before concerning relationships and toxic relationships and things like that, but it has a title, a special title, and we are going to call it, it's called Navigating Through the Chaos. Albert Einstein had this really amazing quote that I really, really like, and it's, order is needed by the ignorant, but it takes a genius to master chaos. We'll discuss this a little bit later on, what he meant by this, and then also another quote by Friedrich Nietzsche, you know, the German philosopher. He said, I say unto you, one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. I think that's a good one. And I will also explain more into this a little later. Okay, my dear beautiful soul family, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. This was done when there was a lot more sun. I did it a lot earlier today, but anyway, I'm not regretting. I'm willing to do this because I have this information for you so that you can use it, and if it can help you. And when I was called by my friend to let me know, we can hear it with the earphones, but still I did myself and it's still not quite clear. And so I thought, you know what, I'll just do it over again. It's okay. I just brushed my hair a little bit more, put some more lipstick, and I'm good to go, huh? Okay, so let's say we find ourselves or have just gone through a major life-changing experience that shakes your world or our world. The rupture of a marriage, the breakage of a long-term relationship that was no longer making us happy, being fired from a job that we felt that we had invested years in. Regardless, we're left speechless, hurt, our emotions causing havoc. And this could also be friends betraying you, family members betraying you. All types of betrayal can cause chaos in our mind and in our surroundings. So chaos has shown its ugly face, and we try to stay afloat. And many are at a loss and succumb to depression, drinking, or use some kind of substance to appease our nerves. When we confront chaos head on and feel that we need to defend our position, we need to stop. pause, breathe, and gather our senses. Practice what? Mindfulness, meditation, prayer. Try your best to stay present. Go for a long walk out in nature and stay present at all times if at all possible. Move your body because then you move the energy that's sitting in there. And so when you go for a long walk in nature, nature will help you. You take care of your emotions this way, you can navigate through this chaos with more clarity. Now feel inspired to mention, okay, during the time of the breakage of a long-term relationship or whatever it may be, a death, whatever, we come to the realization of many things. We are one way and our partner is another way, and we become conscientious about behavioral patterns. No longer close our eyes and confront this head on. We open our eyes to truth. We see the abuse and realize, or whatever else of the patterns that you realize of the behaviors that have been created throughout this time. We could have stayed on these relationships too long to keep the peace, also for financial reasons, others for mere complacency and not having reciprocity in these so-called relationships. So we're not just losing, no, so we are losing our precious time. And not only that, we lose ourselves, our identity, for we have hidden ourselves behind masks. And because we do not show our authentic selves, we entrap ourselves in these toxic relationships where we have allowed others to manipulate and control us with their selfishness. This is when we lose us and we begin losing our sense of self. Besides doing a great disservice to ourselves, we dishonor the being that gave us life. And this is very important. And if we are unconscious of this, because we are just living like most people, then we'll just succumb to our woe is me-itis and play what? The victim game. I know about this because I did that. When we play the victim, at that time, my ego was very, very big, and I wanted to appease myself and think, oh, poor me and poor me and poor me, and cry me a river and tell everybody that I could about my situation. And I thought by receiving empathy from others, that was going to make me feel better, but it didn't. And being in that woe is me-itis mind frame, it only made me feel worse. And I felt discapacitated, like I could not deal with this. So I had to take the reins of my life, but it took me a bit. When people finally decide to hold themselves in high honor and remove themselves from toxic relationships, healing is key and most necessary to clear ourselves from the negativity. And something you might know, or perhaps not, for I did not know this at one time. When people are in long-term relationships and have sexual relations, in other words, interchange energy, part of that person's energy permeates in your energy and it lingers. When we interchange energy, we need to learn to release it. I know of this, for when I learned about this myself, I can now say I understood later on why it had taken me such a long time to get over this relationship. But once I became aware and took the time for myself to heal, it was a difference of night and day. Knowledge is power. I can't stress that enough. Knowledge is power, people. We can remain ignorant, and they say ignorance is bliss, yeah. But when you realize that we need to take and look at ourselves and say, I'm important. I deserve. I deserve to have a better life. I deserve to feel better. When we are navigating through the chaos, whatever it may be, we must learn to go in the path of least resistance and allow life to take us by the hand and trust our intuition. Trust your higher self, your inner child, having always a strategy to explore the path of least resistance and really allowing the nature of life, its energy to flow naturally where it wants to flow, like water. This is a vital part of healing ourselves. Now, about this is really important too. Society, I feel, has done a great disservice about telling children or teaching this is something we've known since little. We hear parents say it. I don't hear it as much anymore, and I guess maybe because I'm not around many people, but you know, when they would say, oh, if a little boy falls down and starts crying, no, 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 don't cry, no, 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 you're a strong boy, you're a big boy, no, you're a big boy, boys don't cry. Now, cry if you need to. Do not hold back your emotions. They are there to do us a service. We can create or uncreate with our emotions. Crying does the soul good. It helps release endorphins and oxytocin, which are like our feel good chemicals, hormones, and it helps and eases the emotional strain of emotional strain and promotes and gives you afterward a sense of calmness, of peace, especially after you drank a warm, delightful cup of what? Chamomile tea. I drink I drink all kinds of teas, but whenever I've been upset, chamomile always, it just does it for me. It relaxes me. You can drink like green tea as well, but chamomile tea has a special something that I I just love it. Crying is truly a natural stress reliever. I found I can only speak for myself. When I look back, I must have cried an ocean. So I have my healing well deserved. Um, I have to tell you guys that I used to, I think I mentioned it once or twice. At times I would, this was most days, and this went on for years. I would go to bed crying, and I would wake up crying. And during the day, if someone mentioned something or someone just triggered me a certain way, I was just an ocean of tears. And I want you guys to understand that each one of us, each one of you, each one of us is precious to the Creator. And I'm sharing this with you, for I asked Spirit what I should bring to you today, and this is what He told me to discuss about the chaos. Now, I think I've also mentioned to you before what happened to me, because there are repercussions on the decisions that we take. I did not have taste. I literally lost my palate, could not taste. Can you imagine? When I told you before that I lost my gusto for life, I literally lost my gusto for life. You give me my favorite things, my favorite fruits, I would be having a piece of the mango with the lime juice over it, drizzled, and it had no taste. You could have given me the most delicious homemade dish, the most delicious piece of crusty bread, cheese, my favorite thing, dark chocolate, not the crap that you buy at the store, the good kind. I don't like regular. I don't really even like candy. I like good chocolate. Dark chocolate is my favorite, and just very specific things. But I did not have any taste. I had lost the taste, and my taste buds were dormant. I was slowly, gradually dying. And also when I was so depressed, I barely ate. I mean, I lost tons of weight. I wasn't in a diet. I didn't have time to go and work out, but I wasn't eating because I didn't have desire to eat. And I didn't have desire to live. That was the worst part of all of it. When we are broken, disappointed, angry, sad, disillusioned, we feel angry with ourselves. First of all, did think I was fooled. I was taken for a ride, and then felt guilt and many other emotions that blind us, and we cannot really see clearly. It is very important to ask ourselves to do a self-observation, a true one, to remove our mask, remove ego for a moment, and that of the person that we left, have them do that. But this is a personal thing. Most people are not going to do that because it doesn't service them. So when we are betrayed, this is going to maybe upset some of you, because what I'm going to say is this: no one betrays us. We betray ourselves, for we knew of the situation that was coming. Now, wait till I tell you this for my own experience. I can tell you that I have dreams. I've told you before that I have like prophetic dreams. Sometimes they come true the same day. Sometimes they come true in a week, in a month, sometimes in a year or years, but they eventually do come true. I disregarded the dreams that the dreams and warnings that I was receiving. So that was on me. So all of us, every single one of us has intuition. Some may be dormant and not much in tune. Nevertheless, we all have it. So discernment is key, and we learn to trust ourselves by listening to our gut feeling. I hope you guys don't mind me doing this. That I mostly write my stuff, and I don't like to just use the computer, and I like to do things by hand. That's just me. Okay, are actually in our solar plexus area, in one of our energy centers, or chakra, as it is called. This is where the seed of your personal power lies. No matter what heartbreak you may have encountered, please know that healing is possible, and you are not at the mercies of life's circumstances. You've gained wisdom, or you gain wisdom. You build your independence, you build your resiliency, and bounce back to your real self eventually. Open your heart, release your fears, and take baby steps towards a higher consciousness. Give time to yourself, and if you were not expressing your beautiful sovereign self, someone was stifling your voice. So love yourselves a bit more, a lot more. You are walking towards the highest version of yourself. So find solace in nature. Go into the stillness. Quiet yourselves. You were lost, yet found yourself. Find the harmony in your own inner vision. Take small stepping stones. Your spirit and soul is digesting, processing. And you know what? You want to focus on that, and your canvas is clear now. So you can what? Dream, imagine, and paint a brand new picture that you see in your mind's eye for your life. What do you want to see? You don't want to be a victim any longer. You don't want people stepping on you, walking all over you. You don't want. You don't. You want to be your own person. You deserve to, and all the things you worked for, whatever it may be. I mean, we need to appreciate us. If we don't, no one else will. We need to take charge of our lives, and do a service to ourselves, and stop lying to ourselves and to others. If you cannot I can speak only of my own self, okay? I remember that I did everything possible to try to keep this relationship. But deep down inside of me, I knew that that was no longer good for me. But when I finally came to that, to my own truth, I remember I cried almost an entire day because what? I had wasted years of suffering. I had taken, remember I've told you about Lot and that story about Lot and I mean his wife turning around and looking supposedly at the city of Gomorrah and her turning into a pillar of um, of salt. Well, what happens when we have the past? It gets encrusted in here because we order it. We keep the emotions. We keep all the woe is me-itis. We keep the the victim status. And for whatever reason, we're like, oh, with a long face, poor me. But you know what? That doesn't do us any good. I knew in my heart from the dreams that I had where my life was going, but I wasn't listening. No more. No more. Okay. Be happy. Be at peace. Listen to music and try not to be hard on yourselves. Honor your emotions. Work with them. Rest. Drink lots of water. Try not to hide your emotions, your vulnerability. These are sacred. They help you create and open your heart chakra so you can really experience self-love first. Because that's the thing you got to experience before you experience anything else is self-love. Give all the love you can muster to your own beautiful self, to your own inner child. I remember when I don't know about other people. All I can tell you about me. I have spoken to me. Since I was little, I had my best friend was another Vivi. And sometimes I saw another me playing with me, but it was not another child. It was me, but it was like double. And I would speak to her, and that was my inner child. And she had pigtails. I had pigtails when I was a little girl. And I remember that I would talk to her like I'm talking to you right now. And I would have long conversations, and especially when I was by myself. And I asked her all kinds of things. And we had this rapport like she's been with me forever. And she had been. When I was about 12, 13, 14, and I started getting, older, then it was only in my mind and in my dreams. And then she went away. Then I didn't hear from her. And then when I got married, I didn't really have a relationship with my inner child anymore. I was invested in my family and the things I had to do day to day and all other different things. But my spiritual life, although I did go to a church and I did pray, but it wasn't the same way when I had removed my mask, because I had a mask. And when I let it go, I remember that I realized, wow, there is another me inside here. But you have to discover that other you, like I discovered that other me. So we tend to harden ourselves after heartbreak and betrayals, but they don't service us. They are detrimental and cause our beautiful spirits to be in dire straits. If we close ourselves and lock our true feelings due to fear of being hurt and rejected by others, and keep our vulnerability inward as well, due to these fears of self-preservation, trust me, it will do you more harm than good. You don't know what beautiful things awaits if we release and allow our true authenticity to experience life once more. You see, here is where you can and should surrender and remove ego to the side, for we hold on to past hurts and believe everyone out there is out to get us. Trust your heart, and when you create a mind and heart coherence we allow the universe, God, to work miraculous things in our lives. Yes, this I know. I know this. When we are parched, when you go to the when you're running, when you are in a desert, or when you are going for a hike and then you run out of water, you drank all your water, your bottle's empty, and you're parched, and your mouth, you have cotton mouth, and all you want is water. Okay. When we are parched and must at all cost have a drink of water, our souls too thirst, and we must listen to the call of the soul. Yes, we are human beings. We are human beings, but we are first spiritual beings. This was our first calling. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience in this earth. And I can only tell you again of my experience. Since I have been aware and heed the voice of my soul, I am mindful of what it needs, and I do all I can to nurture it. And it is felt in my energetic bodies as well as my physical. Give yourself the time, the space. You make it. Do little things for you that make you happy before you get into a new relationship. Get into a relationship with you. Love you. And in actuality, we don't really need anyone. Like, I have not for many, many years. When I decided I'm going to be a lone wolf, I don't want to have nothing to do with, because I had invested so much of my time, my love, my everything, and it was not reciprocated. And I thought, you know what? I don't need this bullshit. No more. I decided I'm going to go inward. I'm going to learn about myself. And I tell you what, there is no one like you. There is absolutely no one like you. And when you surrender, when you humble yourself before yourself, I'm not talking about throwing yourself in the ground and, acting all, when I say humble, it's like a gentle way of bowing down to yourself, because you are a sovereign being. You're not just the people that are dishwashers, that clean the streets, people that are cooks, people that work on the streets and do all types of work, on the roads, the people that work with wood, people that are housekeepers, babysitters, nannies, all types of people. I'm not talking about big, great careers. Everyone is important. Everyone is a sovereign person, a sovereign being. Even the people that work in the streets, that live in the streets, that have no homes, even those that are drug addicts, even the prostitute. Everyone is a sovereign being. Okay, do things that make you happy before you get into a new relationship. Remove the chaos and find a place where peace abides. Look at nature. She teaches us. After a ferocious storm, everything is still. There's a freshness all around. There's peace in the cosmos. When there's been great fires, when there's a great storm, like a winter storm, and we've had tons, our oxygen is really bad, the condition is really bad, well, what happens after the chaos, the chaotic storm? It dissipates, it takes away, and it cleanses. So chaos is actually our friend. I think of all these things. At times when I'm not thinking about anything that's deep, I surprise myself and I think, how boring. There's nothing in my mind, but my mind, I have always thoughts, and I'm trying to understand certain things that don't make sense to me. So I ask my higher self, can you explain this and this? While I'm driving or something, someone's speaking to me, and I try always to be present and listen to what they're saying. But I have a lot of thought in my head that I need to control and say, okay, be quiet and listen. because it's very disrespectful to interrupt, and I have done that, and I've been told I'm talking. Of course, sometimes people are disrespectful with me too, because you don't do that. You don't speak like that and you say, oh, I'm talking. Because sometimes I'm saying it so I don't forget, because I have so many things that I don't want to forget, and it's actually for their best, that I'm telling them, I'm interrupting the conversation. I'm not being disrespectful, but I'm just telling you that this is how my mind works. Write a journal. Um, Keep a journal if you can. Write what you desire to see in your life. You're a sovereign being, like I've told you before. You are loved beyond measure. You are important. Yes, you are. And each one of us came here with a specific journey to accomplish. Trust yourselves. Get to know your energetic body. Notice the little signs. When low in vibration, when hold on. When low in vibration and tired, replenish yourselves. Release mistrust. You see, if you hold to these patterns, you subject others by your mirroring your patterns to the world, and this is what they see. So I've transformed myself, and within the way I now view myself and who I am inside is the only perception. I used to struggle a lot with perception, and now I've come to a really healthy place of perception, where my only perception is of myself, my true authentic self, and it is a beautiful feeling. And I don't feel that I have to be validated by anyone or anything. As long as I understand what I'm doing, I respect others, I treat others the way I expect to be treated. Now, mind you, people will do whatever they want to, but it's up to me to let it affect me. It's up to you to let things affect you as well. I surrender to the moments that life offers me wholeheartedly. I tend to wear my heart in my sleeve, and I'm cautious, for I may appear weak and vulnerable, but I rely on my inner strength, which is my Father, my God, my Lion. And after the experiences that I've had in my life, I used to be very afraid, thinking, "Oh, no one's gonna hurt me," and I was afraid. But once I learned to get rid of that, I feel I'm my own sovereign being. I honor myself in all humbleness, and I feel that we need to be giving and receive. It's not all about giving, 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 and not receive anything. And of course, when you give, you're not giving with expectations, because I don't do that, and I'm sure you don't either. But at times we need to think, is our cup being depleted? If my cup is not filled to the max, to the top, I cannot share with you. If someone is hungry and someone is thirsty, I give them my water. I can do that. I can give them my drink. I can do that, yes. But what I'm saying in life, the things that you work hard for, everything that you give of yourself, and I'm saying this because I myself have gone through this. We need to be just. With whom? With me. There's a saying in Spanish that my grandmother used to say. How was it? Let me think. Something about la casa. Oh my goodness. See, I forgot. It's here. Something about you have to, in your own home, in your casa, in your casita, it's like your own cup. You have to have your own cup. You have to fill your own cup before you give your cup to others. Like that in the airplane, they'll tell you, you can't give your mask to the next guy and you'll die. Put your mask on and help the other to get their own mask on. Easy, right? Okay. Always pay attention and place your attention in the middle of the chest and the region of the heart. Close your eyes and breathe deep. A few breaths. until you return to the situation, whatever it may be, as you navigate through life's chaotic moments. This way, in an instant, you call upon the mind's natural ability to reflect and to find your peace, which lies within you. Go beyond the analytical mind. Tell it to shut up. Pause, pray, meditate, ponder. And did you know that by creating peaceful, more stillness, and by you creating higher emotional states of gratitude, the brain takes a snapshot, click, of your emotional experience and saves it in, you know where? In your mind computer for later use. I discovered this with my own stuff that I've done. When I was broken and I came to God and I was completely distraught and I was going to take my life and blah, blah, blah. You know that story if you remember it. I asked my higher self, I asked myself, so God, I asked, do I need to go back to that moment where I was completely broken and distraught and my energy and my ego was removed? No, but you have to change it to the opposite. You have to be just as with the euphoria of the sadness and of the screaming and of the crying. You'll be just as high with the euphoria, with the gladness, with the gratitude and the happiness and the joy. For what? To lift your what? Your vibration, so that you can click to the different things that you want out there. The universe is everything. Guess what? The universe is here. Mary Poppins, remember? She had the bag, and in the bag she had everything. We have the bag. When I was woken up one time and in my dream, in my half vision dream, they were telling me, you are the mother lode. You have the mother lode. And I thought, what the hell is the mother lode? Then I found out that the mines, they have all these veins. And then the center, when you find the center of the vein, that's where the treasure lies. So where is the center? In my heart, my mind and heart coherence. So what do we need to do is dive into our bag, or into our own universe. We don't lack anything. Everything is here. We are born gods. We just forgotten to be. Everything in your life is an expression of your programs, because pretty much 90% of your life comes from the subconscious mind, from patterns and things that have been adhered there throughout your life, from things that you've heard, from dogmas, from belief systems. And you're the creator of your mind, like I'm the creator of my mind. You live, you experience what you think here and what you feel here and here. So continue to create healthy, trusting choices. Step gently into the vast ocean of experiences life offers you. Trust yourselves and release all fears and mistrust. There's still good in people, you guys. There's still good out there. There's love to be had, laughter, much laughter to enjoy, passion to experience. But if you close your heart portal, because your heart is a portal, and keep your mistrust, this is what you teach your subconscious mind, and you heart space suffers, therefore you do as well. And that's what you teach yourself. You are the king and queen of your thoughts, of your castle, of your mind, of your mind's garden. Take control of what you want to experience and paint yourself a new canvas. That's all. So every time when you clear your thoughts and you take away things that are no longer good for you, then you, when you are going to write a letter, the page is empty. There's nothing in there. When you are going to move in a new house, there's nothing in the house. It's completely empty. And you start adding things to the house, making it pretty, doing this, doing that. You create a new garden. You take all the old things, remove the old weeds, and then you start putting new soil, and This is what we do with your mind, with our lives. Okay. It, it may sound easy. It's challenging, but it can be done. And if you love yourself enough, you will do it, and you can do it. It's easy, and believe it is as you wish. Your mind is a lot more powerful than you think. You are more powerful than you think, and give yourself credit for. Focus only on what you desire and bring your vibrations. In other words, don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Integrate the next phase of your life with all your maturity and childlike wonder. Okay, you guys. Maturity. It's good to be mature, but we don't want to be adults. At least I don't. Use your childlike wonder always, because that's what makes life fun to create. And people that are too into themselves they forget to be kids. They think that, no, I can't be like that. I'm 70 years old, and I gotta be serious. Or I'm 50 and I gotta be, stop acting like a kid. But that's what makes life fun. You have to be in awe of life to be able to taste her, so life can be delicious for you. Now, if you want regular life, then be like everybody else. Just be like anybody else. But if you want to be different, you want to be a black sheep of the family, like me, then do different things. Do things that make you happy. Okay, so do this with maturity. Okay, with all your maturity and childlike wonder, and put your foot down to all you no longer accept. Rest assured, magic awaits you. Your dreams are waiting to be born. Give them life by loving them and focusing on them with your beautiful imagination. It's all up to you. And I want you all to remember how important it is, while you are amidst the chaos, stay true to yourselves. Remove your mask and discard the stuff weighing you down. Whatever we keep hidden, it will eventually come up regardless. You throw something into the lake and usually floats back to the top. So, if you are going to hold untruths and you're going to lie to people, or you lie to yourselves more than anything else, and you will get repercussions. So be true to yourselves, honor yourselves and others. Speak your truth, be courageous. Sometimes the truth hurts, it does. But it's better to have it out and be done, and you don't have to worry about it. Be courageous. Don't care what the world thinks of you. Only care what you expect of yourself and what your maker thinks and knows of you. And let me tell you, everything is known. There's no privacy. Let me just tell you, there's angels here where you're at. You have your angels and spirit guides around you, and there's a person, a being that writes down your story. All of us that are experiencing life have a special book, and everything goes down in that book. Everything. So, acknowledge your mistakes and be forgiving with yourself at all cost, as well as others. Chaos is here to teach us it is transformative. And the last one. And it brings uncertainty, and it is unpredictably part of this dynamic. Nevertheless, a great transformative teacher. We all have made choices that we are not proud of, and we must come to the understanding that we are humans. Yet once we acknowledge that we are more than that, we can commence our journey inward and find the better part. Yes, the best part of ourselves, waiting to be discovered. When we realize this and are trying to mend our broken lives and shattered lives, be kind to yourselves after you hold yourselves accountable for your wrongdoings, and be ever so kind while praising yourselves. When you look in the mirror, you will no longer feel shame. Sometimes the repercussions of our choices that we've made force us to make difficult decisions and to take bold steps forward to better our lives, where we can find peace and solace. So remember these words by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. I say unto you, one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Embrace your inner chaos. See the beauty even in chaos, for in all of its unorganized parts, new possibilities, new ideas await and can emerge. Don't succumb to the chaos. Rise above it. Look at nature. Study her. After a blazing, chaotic wildfire, most trees are burned to the ground. But the following spring, after the rains, you'll see new shoots rising from the ground. There's potential in all of life. Life is an experience. Do not judge yourselves too harshly. And if it matters to you what others may think, if they truly love you, they will not judge you. But remember, we're our worst judges. We cannot take criticism. Even constructive criticism, people get hurt. But don't judge yourselves for nothing. But remember, do yourself the service to be and maintain your truth clear like water. Let go of fear. By letting go, by walking in your true light, we avoid karma. And let me tell you, people, karma's a bitch. It can hurt like a mother effing. Yes, I know. I've lived it. And that's a sure thing we all get, regardless. So lighten your loads. Be rid of chaos with love and wisdom, intelligence, and learn from its lessons and use it to the best of your ability. And as Mr. Einstein said, order is needed by the ignorant, but it takes a genius to master chaos. I love this quote. Einstein suggests that people who lack understanding or knowledge often need things to be neat and organized to make sense of them, while a truly brilliant mind, the genius, can navigate complexity and seemingly random patterns, chaos, and find deeper meaning within them and effectively mastering the chaos. What an amazing feat! Can you imagine being able to maneuver such things, to maneuver a chaotic situation where you come out, with flying colors? And we can do that. We can all do that. Look beyond the surface of things and truly dive into the chaos of life without fear. Stand in your truth, unchanging, eternal, the purity of your real character, the beauty of your soul, and awaken it into a new you. You deserve to be whole and stand in your divinity, for this is who you really are, a divine being of unlimited qualities and possibilities. I see the cosmos within the chaos. We must become unpredictable, empower ourselves, and handle emotions. Our emotions can be mastered, be one with the flow. When we contemplate, when it comes to life, when we coexist with life in its fullness, surrender. Surrender, people. Surrender to your own souls. Be your own catalyst and service your soul and awaken and expand your consciousness, your intellect, your intuition. We can go through the observatory of our minds, illuminate your own lives by tuning into your higher selves. When you have moments of introspection, pause, breathe deeply, don't think at all, and allow to make space for your inner self. It can tap into your mind and your heart. and you can create mind and heart coherence. My beautiful soul family, I find it to be, I feel very blessed to be here with you. I don't know any of you, but I was asked to come by my God, by my Maker, about almost a year ago. And I was, like I said before, very apprehensive to come here for different specific personal reasons that I overcame. And it caused me chaos in my mind. I mean, for weeks and weeks and weeks, all I did was just worry, and I had many thoughts. And when I unraveled the thoughts and I focused, and I came to a decision that I can do this, and that I can, because I asked for guidance, because I can't, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? And I was asked explicitly, share your life with me. God wanted me to share. He wants me to share my life with you, my journey of my life with you. Comport yourselves, people, with dignity, and face life's chaos with your inner wisdom and discernment, and create yourselves a whole new creation, a whole new garden, one life that you'll be proud of. You can do this. Carpe diem, and live this day like it was the last day of your life. Because when you do that, I have something that I do every day when I go to bed. I think of the things that I've accomplished, or things that even if I didn't do one thing in the day, I did something. I didn't do nothing. And I was happy for it, because sometimes you don't have to do anything to do something. I know I'm crazy, huh? But let me tell you, when you go to bed and close your eyes and you take and you breathe like that, and you just release to succumb yourself into your night slumber, think of the things you did through the day, the things that made you happy, the things that made someone smile. Even yourself, even if by yourself you made yourself smile, and you're grateful. You don't know if you're going to wake up the next morning. Live life with gusto, and live through the chaos of life, because life can be a chaos. It's a daily chaos. When a mom has the 6 kids, because I know moms that have 6 kids, I know moms that have 8 kids, I've known moms that had 10 kids. Can you imagine? God. And then imagine kids crying, diaper changing, making meals, da 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 da. I only had 3 kids. I wasn't that courageous. But I'm telling you, live your life with all your soul, with all the feeling of yourselves. Live it with passion, and be grateful. Be grateful for the littlest thing, the littlest crumb. If that's the last dollar you have, God, I bless that dollar. Thank you for this last dollar. I can maybe buy a bread for $1. I can buy something for $1. But be grateful for everything. Everything you think, everything you do, everything you act is noted and is added to your book of life. Okay. I wish you a wonderful night, a beautiful weekend, and hopefully this is going to turn out okay now. And I will give you my other video tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, I guess. So have a beautiful Friday. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, bye.